Hello everybody, I'm here in sunny La Rochelle and going to respond to a question we get asked a lot here at Highfield Boats. What are the key differences between the Classic range and the Ultralite range? Now it just so happens that here on the stand I have a Classic 290 sat next to an Ultralite 290, so it's really easy for me to run through a few of the key differences. Both of these boats are working tenders, so there are some options that don't come as standard on here, but I'll give you a rough idea of the main differences. So we'll start with the Classic 290. Now the Classic 290 as standard comes with the false floor. Now that's a key element, that's a key difference here. So that means we have the same hull on both models, Classic and Ultralite, but on the Classic we have the false floor. Okay, that gives you a small underdeck area to run your fuel line, to fit a bilge pump should you wish, and it allows you to keep your bags and your feet relatively dry. If you do ship any water or any rain on board, then it allows you to have a really nice flat area. We find it's also a lot easier to use because of that flat space. You don't have the V all the way down to the keel, you have a flat working area. Seat wise, they're the same whether it be an Ultralite or a Classic. So you have your seat holders, 2 seat holders on both the Ultralite and the Classic. Another key difference on the Classic to the Ultralite is we have the bow locker. Now we don't have a bow locker on the Ultralite. The bow locker in the Classic, EVA coated. Again, storage there for your fuel tank, and as you can see the fuel line there goes through a dedicated hole and runs under the deck. Some other key differences will come onto the tubes, and if you look at the bow area you can see actually the bow area on the Classic is wider than it is on the Ultralite. So the Ultralite is slightly narrower, okay, which again saves a little bit of weight. Again, we've got slightly more tube decoration here, bimini attachment points, port and starboard, and then we come to the rubbing strake, and this has got the reverse angled shark rubbing strake. It gives you a good deflection of spray, keeps the boat nice and dry, and again that's one of the key points on the Classic. PVC handles, again strong, solid. Coming over to the Ultralite, you can see straight away the handles are fabric handles. This saves weight. The rubbing strake has actually been replaced just by a bumper strake really. Now again it gives good protection, but it saves a lot of weight compared to the shark strake that you can see here on the Classic. Ultralite, different. Tubes themselves are very, very similar. Slightly narrower in the bow is the Ultralite, but the biggest difference you'll find in here is it's a single skin, okay? So it's a single skin, same hull thickness, same transom knees, same strength inherent in the boat, but there is there's no fake floor. So if you ship any water on board, it will sit in that V. We give you a fuel tank pad, but again, your fuel line will be running along the deck. Everything about this boat has been built to make it as light as possible. The other thing to note is on the Classic here, we give you the welded 3-point bridle system in the hull. So that's welded from the factory. The Ultralite does not have that, again saving weight. So actually what is the difference in the net weight of these boats? Well, the Classic 290 comes in around about 60 kilos, still very, very light for a tender of this size. The Ultralite comes in at 20 kilos lighter, so this boat is around about 40 kilos. So those are the key differences in the Classic range and the Ultralite range.